Welcome to the Dairy Raid. Presented with over 20 years of coaching experience, the Dairy Raid provides commentary and analysis of the schemes, the players, and the coaches who create Wisconsin football's new identity. Now here's your host, Ryan Anderson.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the Dairy Raid and the third quarter of Rutgers versus Wisconsin. Badgers come out, 11 personnel, 3-by-1. Little center lead. And it's worked pretty solidly so far this game. Rutgers does a pretty good job here of stringing it out. But till he falls forward, let's take a look at this, see how they blew this up. Okay, so we ended up getting is not a very good job on the double team here by Nowakowski. He doesn't snug in this enough. And their end just plays the outside shoulder, extends, and he's able to swim. What I want to see these guys do here is carry this double team. Nowakowski carrying this double team to the linebacker and do a better job of controlling that end. He does a good job of recognizing it, bouncing it, but now Rutgers has strung it out. And their safeties have been playing pretty good against the run. They're aggressive getting downhill. They see it, they take off. We're going to exploit that later. But, yeah, you need to do better at the point of attack there with that double team. All right, but 2nd and 7, 37-yard line. Okay, 2-by-1. We're going to run mesh. Oh, I love seeing a well-executed mesh. All right, so this mesh, we're going to be running the out, in, better exit route, and we're running the mesh here. Boom. Boom. That's where we hit the ball right there. Set. Look. So we're reading 1. In this case, since we're going to the backside, what I would consider the backside of this, we're reading 1, 2. That opens up the space. Again, with those middle linebacker just trying to drop coverage, they're a little bit slower this time, but there's still a lot of space. And we're able to hit the mesh and turned up field, get a few extra yards after the catch. That. All right. So 1st and 10, 49-yard line. Okay. Stick concept. We're just running a quick out. And we almost see this like a screen. We're running bubble screen out here. We're essentially running flat screen out here. So we're running the quick out. But we're just running off down here. So we're going to just pitch and catch. And take the yards that they give us. 2nd and 4. Pretty good start to the drive. 3-by-1. 10 personnel. Okay. Outside zone. And Brunner needs to do a better job of digging out that defensive tackle. Because Renfro's not sticking there. But their middle linebacker does a pretty good job of doing nothing. That ends up putting him in position to get the cutback. They're worried about the cutback. So they're hoping that their front side safety is going to be able to get downhill and fill the gap that you would expect them in a linebacker to fill on outside zone. And then he just stays home. That's a lot to ask of your center to come backside like that. So this is definitely something they talked about in the half, about staying home, these outside zones, and not being aggressive over the top. All right, moving on. 3rd and 4. 3-by-1. Checking at the line. Okay, checking probably based on alignment. Got man, so we're going to come down and we're going to play bunch. And we give him a traffic kind of look, give him a lot of eye candy. We're going to run our under from our Z. Our eyes up a little bit quicker. This ball's a little bit behind. Again, pretty good defensive play. Safety's in charge here. Overhang defender coming downhill on the crosser. Again, the ball's a little bit behind. Right idea to go there. All right, so we get the coverage indicator by the original formation. We check the formation, get down, try to give him enough eye candy that we can hit crosser right there, and I'm wrong. Just flat out drop it. Again, this is where the angles can deceive you. The wider angle, and I bet you for the broadcast end, it'll look even worse. Put it in a good spot. Drop it. So, that kills that drive. 1st and 10. Next drive on the 11. 12 personnel. And Tyree busts one. And they're committing essentially 9 to the box. But when you pick everybody up, it doesn't matter. Because we've got 8 blockers. QB is going to hold the 4th guy, or the 9th guy. So this gets set up pretty well. That's a good double team by Huber and Ballman. Get a good push to set the angle for Brunner to come around the edge. Kick out. Milkowski lead. It's one of the better blocks he's had all season. Good job attacking inside shoulder of the middle linebacker. Middle linebacker, I mean, he sees it pretty good. He comes downhill. Milkowski pops him. Great job. And then Toei just turns on the Jets. I think he's looking a little bit too much. If you want to nitpick a 30-something yard run, get the hash mark, just run. But I'm not going to nitpick. All right, 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, 12 personnel. Run essentially the same play. Kick, lead. Good hard run by Dupree. Good patience. A wiggle in his downhill. And he's better at running downhill and running these power schemes than Yakimelli. So that's why he's getting these looks. Good push by the offensive line. Again, let's take a look at it. Okay, good kick out block by Huber. Good lead again by Milkowski. Now, this is where the freshman Needs to have a little bit better vision and see where the block is being set up, because he runs to the wrong half of Nowakowski's block. Ends up leading him being tackled. He sticks it behind Nowakowski here. Nothing but green grass in front of him. But still 7-yard gain. Ball. All right, 12 personnel. Again. Play action. Okay. We'll run a double post. But we run the variation where we give the look that we've given all year. And we turn it out. So what we've been showing this year so far is we've been showing post over the top, underneath, and then we spike it here. But what do we see this time? Okay, so we still work to the post at the top of the screen. Or from the bottom to the top. But we bend our shorter post from Ashcraft back to the sideline, and we curl our drive kind of deep crosser under post. And that really screws up that middle safety, giving him way too much information. And then Vinny Anthony does a great job of winning on the line of scrimmage. Boom. Just quick, subtle movement. We put the ball in a spot where only our guy can catch it. And we are down at the 2-yard line. First and goal. 12 personnel. Darren Dupree's first collegiate touchdown. Let's take a look. A good push. I mean, Rutgers knows the ball's coming here. But we've got enough space. We got enough blockers. We pick up everyone we need to on the front half. And we score. So, not bad. 21-0 now. Wisconsin versus Rutgers. Starting to go our way. Offense is starting to cook a little bit. All right, so next series, starting at the 31-yard line, 3x1, we're on stretch. And again, simple one cut and burst. Now, where is this defender coming from? It's the edge defender. So we need to be a little bit quicker. But this is what you get when you run stretch, is you're expecting that one guy on the backside to be unblocked. Now, could we have gotten a better option on the front side? Not really, because that is a long way Ballman to go. And he doesn't get underneath enough. So he walls his guy off, which he should. Same thing with Huber. And it's the right cut. Absolutely the right cut and the right read by Dupree. Maybe a little bit too patient. But still gained 5 yards. So we're nitpicking a good result. All right. Here we go. 2x2, 12 personnel. Little split flow inside zone. Great push by the offensive line. Okay, nice double team by Renfro and Huber. Okay, runner, get a little lower, dig him out a little bit more. But good push. And Waldman doing a pretty good job sifting. His end is really trying to hold tight to keep him from climbing to that linebacker. So he's got to dig out his shoulder a little bit more, but really good push inside. So 1st and 10 on the 20. Okay, 12 personnel again. And by this point, I think we lost a couple of receivers. It's not surprising we're going 12 personnel. So this is RPO. And I bet you Braden wants this back. Now, why he doesn't throw this is because of how wide number 4 comes off on his blitz. If he comes a little bit more downhill, he probably pulls it out and throws the ball right there. But with him coming so tight off the edge, right in his line of sight. So let's take a look at the box. See where his eyes are and where that blitz is coming from. Yep, so we're switching up. We're hoping that this guy here can kind of be our read. That's where his eyes went initially, but works outside. You can see how quickly number 4 was there after the handoff. Now, that being said, we need to get off of this double team a little bit faster. Slingshot to that linebacker. 2nd and 8. Okay, a little zipper motion. Stretch. Again, we're going with what was working early in the game. I think the difference is, so far in his young career, Darren Dupree is not Walker. Again, I understand the decision to put him in this situation because he is better at this type of blocking scheme than Cade Yakimelli is. But he doesn't have the build and the push that Walker does. We're just trying to kind of grinding it out down here. We're not getting the same effect. And this time, Renfro gets a little bit too over his feet on this pull, and they do a pretty good job shedding here and making the tackle. And also the filling linebackers do a pretty good job. You can tell Rutgers is soundly coached on defense. So I'll execute them, but they do know what they're doing in terms of what we're seeing. All right, 3rd and 7, 17-yard line. Okay, open 2x2. Okay, I like the call to go QB draw here. And again, it's not straight QB draw. It is package play. Okay, so we got quick game. We got bubble screen over here. We got quick game over here. But they got 5 in the box. 1-on-1. Even though they run a little stunt here, we pick it up. Really, really good. Okay. This also tells me that if we're running this type of play on 3rd and 7, that we're going for on 4th down. But Braden Locke makes the read. Again, when you have bodies for bodies in the box and you pick it up, no matter how athletic your quarterback is, he's going to get through. Take a look at the box real quick. All right, so they run a little double screen, double stunt here, and it probably ends up helping the Badgers. But not bad by Braden. Again, he needs to trust his feet a little bit more as the season goes on. I think it's going to help the running game. Oh, here we go. I formation again. Let's everybody panic. Again, what I love about a lot of these I formation plays that have been hitting these last couple weeks, it's hitting opposite of kind of what the play was intended. I mean, this is power downhill, and it hits because we bounce it outside. And they overcommit downhill, and Taiwi has the vision to just bounce it outside. So this has nothing to do with the I formation. It just happens how they reacted to the play. We could run this out of 12 personnel, out of pistol or gun, and it's going to have the same result. But when we have the ability to bounce it, that's what makes this work. So, good job. All right. Get the ball back. Up 28-0 now. 3-by-1. Offset to the weak side. We're going to run outside zone. And we're going to... There we go. All right. So this is what we need. We pull it. And we throw a little post-snap RPO. This is modern-day triple option. Oh, no. Okay, now we have a second key. Get it out in space. And it's stuff like this that can help a not as athletic QB. Makes the right read. Defensive end gets deep into the run fit. Pull it. Square up the shoulders. Find the space. Get it out there. And I think here, even if he couldn't get the clean throw, I think he would have taken off, probably got to the other side of the 4 at the top of the numbers, and then went down. All right, 1st and 10. So, I mean, just running simple inside. And I think Braden's need to start keeping a couple. Rutgers really slow plays this. Let's look at the box. Okay, so we need a little bit more patience by Dupree here. He's got to keep this behind Renfro. Get downhill behind Huber instead of trying to bounce this. And what he ends up doing is he bounces into an unblocked safety, because most run schemes do not account for the safety blocking scheme, and then he spins himself into Kevin Haywood's block and kills the play. Falls forward for 2 yards, but 2nd and 8. Oh, and this was there. All right, so a little lead. And where do we lose it? Renfro, I believe, gets beat around the... Let's take a look at how this gets blocked, because it was there. All right, so we're skip pulling Huber. Yeah. I mean, Renfro locks him out, but loses the hand fight at the end. That was wide open. Stretch is still running if you can. So 3rd and 8. Drive started out pretty solidly. Starting to lose it here. A little bunch 3-by-1. And we get a breakdown in protection. And here we get, well, we get a freshman being a freshman. And this goes to anybody on the roster where, well, just put the young guys in. Oh, especially a lot of the no Fickle, no Longo crowd when things weren't going right earlier. Oh, let's throw Matoyer out there, throw Haywood out there. Put the freshman running backs in. Well, for as talented as they are, and then get run over. And now, Malman gets beat because he doesn't move his feet enough and doesn't widen enough. Yeah, that's just dead from the beginning. I mean, I think 14 is going to get a half a sack credit here. That's more being right place at the right time. I think Huber actually does a pretty decent job here sticking with them, but doesn't help. Haywood gets run over. Allman gets beat. But it's the first real bad sack we've had in a while. Leads to another punt. Again, in this situation, I mean, 1,000% your punt. And sticks it at the 5, doesn't get the roll. But in that situation time. All right. All right. That was the end of the third quarter. I'm going to put a couple scores on the board. Starting to move the ball a little bit more consistently. And, a couple plays there at the end of the half. Not great. Giving up that big sack doesn't help. But we're starting to see the offense be what it's supposed to be. Seeing a nice mix of run and pass. We're down a couple receivers at this point. Yet we're still throwing. We're still finding ways to throw the ball and get multiple people involved. So I'm pretty happy with where we are in the third quarter. Next time we'll come out for the fourth quarter and we'll see if we can finish it out here against Rutgers. All right, so that will be next time. Thank you for watching.